Live, updated at 8:46. Copyright YouTube Captura de pantalla September 20, 2021 a loss 9:32:47 AM.pngAs The search for Brian Laundrie enters its 30th day. A longtime friend has said that it is possible that he had the resources to leave the US illegally. The friend, who knew Mr. Laundrie from a young age, told the Sun that Brian was a good planner who could execute his plans precisely. "I think he'd be able to put the resources together to get out of the country, either illegally or under some sort of fake identification," the friend said. Meanwhile, Northport police reported that they found no new evidence of Mr. Laundrie's location in the Carlton Reserve on Friday. Police and FBI have been searching the 25,000-acre nature preserve, where Mr. Laundrie was reportedly hiking alone, since September 17 and have employed the use of a human remains detecting dog in their efforts. Authorities have previously said there is believed to be a 50% chance that Mr. Laundrie is still alive. Coroner alludes to domestic violence during Petito autopsy update. Teton County Coroner reveals Gabby Petito died by strangulation. Protesters knock on door of Laundrie house, shout abuse. Chris Laundrie's search efforts could be a positive sign, ex-FBI agents say. Experts question Brian Laundrie's survival skills. What would happen if Brian Laundrie is never found? Gabby Petito's friends speak out after learning what caused her death. 8:46. Saline water protesters gathered outside the Laundrie family house in Northport, Florida on Saturday evening to demand justice for Gabby. The small group could be heard chanting, "Justice for Gabby," and say her name, Gabby Petito. Protesters outside home of Brian Laundrie's parents hold up signs and chant, "Justice for Gabby." https://tco/k4 was 3ak3 pic twitter.com/x5sussccnh. Strangulation is not an accident, the blonde-haired manhunter told WFLA. "It looks very bad right now for the Laundrie family. Strangulation is not an accident. It looks very bad right now for the Laundrie family." Dog the bounty hunter's response when I asked him what he thought of today's update from the coroner. Who is he? What did he do for a living? Is he really a survivalist? Here's everything we know about Ms. Petito's missing fiancé. Copyright provided by the Independent. Everything we know about Brian Laundrie as manhunt continues. Saturday, October 16, 2021 2300 hours. Nathan Placia's The death of Gabby Petito continues to dominate the news. A disturbing online trend has begun to take shape. Incels, trolls, men's rights activists, and self-described alpha males have begun rushing to Laundrie's defense. It is not a new phenomenon, but it does reflect the throbbing heartbeat of misogyny thriving and surviving both on and offline. The Independent's Kathleen N. Walsh takes a look at this unsettling trend here. Copyright provided by the Independent. The disturbing trend of online Brian Laundrie supporters tells us so much. Saturday, October 16, 2021 2051, Nathan Place. Brian Laundrie's parents, Christopher and Roberta Laundrie, have remained steadfastly silent as their son became the subject of a nationwide FBI manhunt. Here's a look at who they are and what they've done since Brian returned home alone from his ill-fated van trip. Copyright provided by the Independent. Who are Brian Laundrie's parents? Saturday, October 16, 2021 2017, Nathan Placia, retired FBI agent, says that if Brian Laundrie is still alive, someone is almost definitely helping him. For him to survive this long, if he is still alive, and probably, chances are, he's getting some kind of help, Dennis Frank told News Nation Now. It'd be very, very difficult to be able to survive for this period of time, especially in the wilderness, without some kind of help. Our full report tonight from Northport. Police in tactical gear with assault rifles at the reserve. And retired FBI agent Dennis Frank's perspective. "I have to think he is getting some kind of help," he says regarding Brian Laundrie's disappearance. But many important questions remain. The biggest question is obvious. Where is Brian Laundrie? But also, why did Mr. Laundrie buy a new phone? Why did he and his parents go camping in Florida in the days after he returned from his trip with Ms. Petito, alone? The Independent's Bevan Hurley takes a look at these and other questions here. Copyright provided by the Independent. After Gabby Petito's death is confirmed as strangulation, these key questions remain. Saturday, October 16, 2021, 1844, Nathan Place. Brian Laundrie has been missing for more than a month. Searches led by both the Northport Police and the FBI have turned up no new clues as to his whereabouts, and a scattering of reported sightings across the country have largely been proven false. Though Mr. Laundrie has not been charged with Gabby Petito's death, he has been named a person of interest in the case. But what happens if he's never found? Can he be tried in absentia? Can his family be charged with a crime? The Independent's Greg Graziosi takes a look at all the different possibilities. Copyright provided by the Independent. What would happen if Brian Laundrie is never found? Saturday, October 16, 2021, 1758, Nathan Place. Friends of Gabby Petito have reacted with anger, sickness, and horror to the news that she died of strangulation. It makes me sick to my stomach, Alyssa Chin, a friend of Ms. Petito, told People magazine. I wonder what was going through her mind, knowing she was probably about to die. She must have been so scared. If Brian strangled her, I hope he burns in hell, said Ben Matula, who was friends with Ms. Petito and her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. That's all I have to say. Read more here. Copyright provided by the Independent. Gabby Petito's friends speak out after learning what caused her death. Saturday, October 16, 2021, 1728, Nathan Place. Gabby Petito's father has retweeted a photo of her mother and stepmother in Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming, where the young YouTuber's body was found last month. The three parents were in Wyoming to recover Ms. Petito's remains. Copyright provided by the Independent. A timeline of events in the Gabby Petito case. Saturday, October 16, 2021, 1641, Nathan Place. Joseph Petito posted a photo on Friday of Grand Teton National Park, where the body of his daughter, Gabby, was found last month. I now know why you came here, the grieving father tweeted with a photo of Jenny Lake. Gabby Petito has a beautiful view from now on. Love you, and miss you. I now know why you came here. Gabby Petito has a beautiful view from now on. Love you, and miss you. The sign read, "What if it was Cassie," referencing Brian's sister, Cassie Laundrie. It had been placed on the lawn in front of the Laundrie family house by two sisters from Minnesota. Chris Laundrie on Saturday morning removed a sign on his property line that read, "What if it was Cassie, https://tco/k4 was 3ak3pic twitter.com/2zw9klkzvj." The friend, who knew Mr. Laundrie from a young age, told the Sun that Brian was a good planner who could execute his plans precisely. I think he'd be able to put the resources together to get out of the country, either illegally or under some sort of fake identification, the friend said. He's the type of person that would be able to drop everything to secure his means of not being captured and to evade arrest or evade prosecution from what seems to be a pending crime. The friend also said that Mr. Laundrie had often talked about New Zealand, and said that if he had the means, he would likely try to reach the oceanic country. I'm sure if he had the time and the resources in a few years, and he really needed to get away from this issue, that's probably somewhere he would end up, Mr. Laundrie's friend told the paper. Saturday, October 16, 2021, 1442, Saline Water. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the United States, and the Gabby Petito case has drawn significant attention to the plight of domestic violence over the past 2 months. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, AM.pngAs, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the U.S. This equates to more than 10 million women and men per year. If you are experiencing domestic violence and seeking anonymous, confidential help, you can reach the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. If you are in immediate danger, call 911-999 in the UK. Saturday, October 16, 2021, 1342, Saline Water. The altercation between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie witnessed near the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, in late August, could be the key to Ms. Petito's demise, a behavioral analyst has said. Dr. and Walbert Burgess, who pioneered the FBI's Behavioral Science Unit, told Fox News Digital, "The restaurant incident is the second and most important of two events that raised red flags prior to the 22-year-old's death." Nina Seely Angelo, a witness to the incident, said that she believed Mr. Laundrie had been arguing with staff over the bill, and described his body language as aggressive. At one point, Ms. Angelo said that Ms. Petito apologized for his behavior. How she has to apologize for his behavior is something that's kind of characteristic, and this probably enrages him even more because he wants to appear in a certain way, Dr. Burgess said. Dr. Burgess added that the other incident that suggested there were serious issues in their relationship was the fight between Ms. Petito and Mr. Laundrie, to which police were called on August 12 in Moab, Utah. Saturday, October 16, 2021, 12:42, Celine Waters Cheryl Acullum, a crime scene investigator and director of the Cold Case Investigative Research Institute, said that the Petito case was far from going cold. As far as this being a cold case, it's a department-by-department definition, but across the board, typically people will accept 3 to 5 years with absolutely no new leads, no new evidence, no new nothing, until it goes cold, and that is far from where we are, she told CNN. That's not the case here at all. Local departments, where they may believe there's been a sighting, they will typically for years have that person at the forefront of their minds, she added. Saturday, October 16, 2021, 11:42, Celine Waters Gabby Petito Memorial Bench will be erected outside Northport City Hall, where an impromptu memorial to the murdered 22-year-old stood until earlier this week, the city has confirmed. The 3-person bench will be made of steel and will be bright, colorful and inviting, Fox 7 News reported. Aaron Betzner, bench designer and owner of metal fabrication company A Squared Fabrication, said that when he heard a memorial for Ms. Petito would become permanent, he wanted to help. He told the outlet that he was working with a member of the Petito family to ensure the final piece would align with the family's vision for the memorial. Butterflies was the #1 biggest thing, Mr. Betzner said, and confirmed that the bench would contain 15 butterflies, alongside features designed to attract the beautiful winged insect. He added that the bench would be kind of a little sanctuary, where people could come and sit, reflect on their own life, reflect on Gabby. The final version will be white with colorful butterflies. It is expected to be delivered by the end of November. A man from Indiana is fabricating a steel bench that will be the permanent Gabby Petito Memorial in Northport, Florida. Aaron Betzner is working with the Petito family to make sure it's what they want. He sent me these photos of the mock bench. The butterflies will be colorful. Former FBI agent Dennis Franks told News Nation Now that he found the training interesting, but not necessarily unusual, adding that it could even be an economical means of continuing the search efforts. When you have a lot of resources devoted to something, there's got to be a lot of expenditure and resources in this. It would not be unusual to incorporate training at the same time, he said. He added that the training could have been pre-scheduled, and those in charge decided to conduct the training in the reserve to assist with the ongoing search. Mr. Frank suggested that the FBI and Northport police likely had additional information that is not being shared publicly that has kept their investigative efforts focused on the nature preserve. First, cadaver dogs. Now, a training exercise. The authorities returned to the swamp yet again to search for Brian Laundrie, this time to conduct training exercises in the area. Former FBI agent Dennis Franks explains what these exercises mean for the case of Gabby Petito. August 12, the couple is seen arguing in Moab City, Utah. Concerned bystanders call the police, who intervene, capturing the altercation on video on the officer's body camera. One officer describes the incident as a mental health crisis. August 17, Brian flies home from Salt Lake City to collect some items and close the couple's storage unit, as the couple considered extending their trip. August 23, Brian flies back to Salt Lake City. August 25, Gabby has a video call with her mother, last known sighting of the 22-year-old. August 27, Gabby and Brian spotted involved in a commotion leaving the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant in Jackson, Wyoming. August 30th, last text message sent from Gabby's phone. September 1st, Brian returns to Northport, Florida, where the couple lives, without Gabby. September 11th, Gabby's family launch missing persons investigation. September 14th, police declare Brian a person of interest in the case. September 17th, Brian's family call investigators to their home, admit Brian has been missing since September 14th. September 18th, Northport police begin search for Brian at the Carlton Reserve. September 19th, FBI announce that a body has been discovered in Teton County, Wyoming, believed to be Gabby. September 20th, FBI searched the Laundrie home, now declared a crime scene. September 21st, Petito family attorney confirms that the body found in Wyoming is Gabby. FBI confirm her death to be a homicide. September 23rd, FBI issue federal arrest warrant for Brian, related to activities following the death of Gabby. October 12th, Teton County Coroner announces Gabby's cause of death, strangulation. Saturday, October 16, 2021, 8:40. Celine Wadra. Let's talk about Brian's more and more alarming Instagram activity in the days that led to Petito's death, and how we can look at other instances of violence where their social media activity also became erratic and straight up strange, California-based journalist Danielle Radin said on TikTok. In a TikTok video, Ms. Radin examines Mr. Laundrie's Instagram captions from his posts on August 13th, which she describes as rants, and notes their differences from his previous posts, which had only brief captions. This kind of behavior can be disturbing when violence happens, like it has here, she said. She then proceeds to compare Mr. Laundrie's social media activity prior to Gabby's disappearance to that of Jared Launer, who pleaded guilty to 19 charges of murder and attempted murder in connection with a mass shooting in Tucson, Arizona in 2011. This is a pattern. Time and time again, when we see people commit unthinkable acts of violence, there tends to be a switch in their online and social media presence that gets more and more erratic and angry. Here is a snippet of her latest video. Pic Twitter.com/LIWHSUWLQ. The interview was 4 days after Gabby had been declared a missing person, and 5 days before her body was discovered in Wyoming. It was clear that the Petitos were proud of their daughter and eager for her return home. She's living her dream at 22, Mr. Petito said. Ms. Petito added, I was proud of her ability to be able to travel across the country. She was an amazing artist. I bragged to everyone about how amazing of an artist she is. It's really about trying to find her and bring her home so she can continue that beauty. While the couple said that they had their concerns about her traveling the country at such a young age, it was clear that they were proud that she was living her life to the fullest. She's amazing, and we've got to do what we can to get her home, Mr. Petito added. She's living her dream at 22. Gabby Petito's parents are in Wyoming, where their daughter's cross-country road trip came to a tragic end. In this never-before-seen clip from an interview on September 14th, Joseph and Tara Petito spoke of her love for travel. Cassie Laundrie is the sister of missing Brian Laundrie, who has not been seen for a month and for whom police have launched a nationwide search. Ivy had enough. 2 sisters from Minnesota put up new sign on Laundrie's yard that reads, "What if it was Cassie? I don't feel happy because my wings are famous, I feel sad. But this now for me is an honor," Mr. Jaguar told Out There Colorado.com. Ms. Petito's father, Joseph, shared the photo again on Twitter on September 19th, the day his missing daughter's remains were found in a remote Wyoming camping area. And Mr. Jaguar added, "This is power for me. They come here and take a photo and feel power, that is my focus." But later it changed. She looks like an angel. She looks free. Saturday, October 16th, 2021, 4:05. Graham Massey artist Adonis Hunter created the mural on the side of his building in Newport Richey, Florida. It features a picture of Gabby, along with her father's quote, "She touched the world. I did it for her parents," said Mr. Hunter. "I have a 20-year-old son. And I can't imagine anything like that happening. I can't imagine losing my son like that." It really was a connection with the world. This mural of Gabby Petito, in Newport Richey, is getting attention all over. The artist, Adonis Hunter, tells me he did it for her parents. Chris Laundrie spotted installing what appears to be video doorbell and picking up mail at his Florida homes, //t/co/ZACFCZDNGpic Twitter.com/BDJohnCUI. Gabby Petito has a beautiful view from now on. Love you, and miss you, tweeted Joseph Petito on Friday. I now know why you came here. Gabby Petito has a beautiful view from now on. Love you, and miss you. Mr. DeSantis made his comments came after a press conference in Northport, Florida, where Brian Laundrie returned to see his parents in the wake of Ms. Petito's disappearance. You know, my view would be, it's a little disappointing that we still don't have this guy's whereabouts, said Mr. DeSantis. Friday, October 15, 2021, 2200 hours. Greg Graziosi. Teton County Coroner Dr. Brent Blue chastised the media for not covering the cases of other domestic violence victims to the degree they covered Gabby Petito's disappearance and death. The Independent's Andrew Buncombe argues that while the coroner is correct, it was the very media frenzy he was criticizing that likely aided authorities in their quick location of Ms. Petito's body. Read his arguments in the Voices piece below. Copyright provided by the Independent. Without the media, it's unlikely Gabby's body would have been found in just 8 days. Friday, October 15, 2021, 21:41. Greg Graziosi. Northport Police confirmed today that they have found no new evidence of Brian Laundrie's whereabouts in the Carlton Reserve. Police, led by the FBI, searched the preserve today. Armed officers were seen entering the reserve, but were reportedly conducting a training exercise. Police have been searching for Mr. Laundrie for more than a month at the protected swamplands. Update: Northport PD says nothing has been found at the Carlton Reserve today as the search for Brian Laundrie continues. Reporters at the scene said police armed with rifles went into the protected swampland where Mr. Laundrie is believed to be hiding earlier today. Those officers appear to be the ones participating in the training exercise. Northport police officers seen conducting special response team training while searching for Brian Laundrie near Florida Park. https://t.co/zacfczdngpic Twitter.com/c1gipctdts. Mr. Chapman released a video earlier this week calling on Brian Laundrie to turn himself in. The former reality TV star announced last week he planned to return to Colorado to treat an injured ankle, but reversed those plans and said he was going to stay in Florida. It appears he has once again reversed his plans. Dog the bounty hunter flew back to Colorado last night, according to his team. They say he plans to follow leads and phone tips from there. Says he'll return to Florida the instant there's a solid lead. Police in South Windsor are searching for a woman who was reported missing and last known whereabouts are near Washington, D.C. Lamisha Sherman, 46, left her home in South Windsor, Connecticut, in August and drove to Washington, D.C. Her family was last in contact with her in late September. She has not been heard from since. Ms. Sherman reportedly suffers from undiagnosed paranoia and sometimes is uncooperative with police. Missing the South Windsor Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating a missing 46-year-old woman who was last heard from in Washington, D.C. Lamisha Sherman had previous addresses in South Windsor, Connecticut, and Middletown. The officers may be part of a group participating in a training exercise in the reserve today. The vast protected swamplands have been the site of numerous searched for Brian Laundrie since his disappearance on September 12. Police tapped off the entrance to the park earlier today. Yesterday, law enforcement used a human remains detecting dog during their search for Mr. Laundrie. Thus far no evidence has been made publicly available suggesting Mr. Laundrie is currently in the swamp. More police activity about a mile from the entrance of the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. I was going to work on the father's, so to speak, heartstrings, the way I get fired the truth right, he said. He also claimed he was going to try to reassure the father by saying he did not intend to kill his son. And sometimes that's what I was going to tell him. I will not kill your son, I will let him, make a phone call. I won't talk to him, Mr. Chapman said. The former reality TV star was briefly planning to leave the search to nurse an injured ankle, but scrapped those plans after a slew of headlines claimed he was quitting the search. Friday, October 15, 2021, 17:38. Greg Graziosi. Several moderators of the Gabby Petito Reddit forum have apologized and stepped down after users complained that they were profiting off of the woman's death. The Independent's Gino Bocchia has more on the story below. Copyright provided by the Independent. Reddit moderators apologize over tasteless Gabby Petito awards. Friday, October 15, 2021, 17:10. Greg Graziosi. Police have used yellow tape to prevent members of the public from entering the Carlton Reserve. Law enforcement officers are searching the Carlton Reserve again today after renewing the search on Thursday. There is nothing to indicate the yellow tape has any other significance beyond being a police barrier. First time we've seen tape up since the start of the search a month ago. "Let me have you, Brian," he yells into the camera. "What did you do? You're living it every night, aren't you, boy?" He then called on Mr. Laundrie to, for once, be a man and turn himself in to the authorities. Mr. Chapman is back on the search for Mr. Laundrie after initially saying he was pulling back to treat an ankle injury. He has turned up little evidence since reporting his Fort DeSoto tip to the FBI. Friday, October 15, 2021, 15:52. Greg Graziosi. Police search crews returned to the Carlton Reserve yesterday for the first time this week, and continued their search Friday morning. Law enforcement focused their search near the Venice entrance of the swamp yesterday, and today are focusing on an entrance closer to Northport. It is the same area that Brian Laundrie's father, Chris, helped the FBI search last week. The activity at the Carlton Reserve we have noticed is on the Northport side, same area where Chris Laundrie showed up last week to assist with the search. Mr. Chapman has publicly opined that Mr. Laundrie could be a serial killer based on the fact that he enjoys media with dark content. Mr. Walsh has also made Mr. Laundrie the center of his public theorizing, claiming recently that the man, with the help of his father, escaped to Mexico. Mr. Laundrie has not been charged in Ms. Petito's death, a point his lawyer stressed after calling Mr. Chapman and Mr. Walsh dusty relics who are exploiting Ms. Petito's death for their own egos. The Independent's Greg Graziosi has more from the attorney below. Copyright provided by the Independent. Laundrie attorney slams Dog the Bounty Hunter, John Walsh, for exploiting Petito case. Friday, October 15, 2021, 14:19. Greg Graziosi. Someone left a large cardboard cutout of Gabby Petito on the Laundrie family's front lawn overnight Thursday. The cutout has a word bubble, which reads, "Remember me?" Ms. Petito had lived in the home with her boyfriend Brian Laundrie and his parents for more than a year before she was killed. It is unclear who sent the cutout or if it has since been removed by police. New sign in the Laundrie's yard is a cutout of Gabby Petito that says, "Remember me?" Mr. Laundrie's whereabouts still remains unknown, although he has been named as a person of interest in her death and is also the subject of a federal warrant for alleged debit card fraud. James Lewis, the husband of Cassie Laundrie, who is Brian Laundrie's sister, told Manatee deputies on that strangers were sending threats to his family. He went on to ask the responding officer for information about patrols in the area and for security advice, reported Fox News. Friday, October 15, 2021, 12:10. Eleanor Sly. The autopsy of Gabby Petito's body revealed that she had been strangled, with a cause of death being officially listed as manual strangulation/throttling. This is, according to experts, a very typically the cause of death in domestic violence cases. Kelly Lynch, an associate professor at the University of Texas at San Antonio, explained, "Strangulation is not talked about as much, but it is a major risk factor for intimate partner homicide." Speaking on Good Morning America, she revealed, "We often see it occur alongside more severe abuse. When you're talking about strangulation, that is very typically the cause of death in domestic violence cases," said Dan Abrams, ABC News chief legal analyst, during an interview on Wednesday on GMA. He explained, "It is angry. It is violent. It takes time. That is precisely what many believe happened here." Friday, October 15, 2021, 11:30. Eleanor Sly. Kidnapping survivor Elizabeth Smart has spoken out about the murder of Gabby Petito, describing the case as heartbreaking. Speaking in an interview with Jada Pinkett Smith on Red Table Talk, Ms. Smart discussed her experience of being abducted aged 14 by street preacher Brian David Mitchell, and the recent case of Ms. Petito. In Gabby's case in particular, I was alive, and I came home, and hers tragically has not ended that way, Ms. Smart said. Harriet Sinclair has more. Copyright provided by the independent kidnapping survivor, speaks out on Gabby Petito case. It's heartbreaking. Friday, October 15, 2021, 11 o'clock, Eleanor Sly. Following the release of Gabby Petito's autopsy results, Dave Ehrenberg, state attorney for Palm Beach County, tweeted, Gabby Petito's death was previously ruled a homicide. Today we learned that the cause of death was strangulation. This most likely means that murder charges are imminent. Prosecutors are going to make sure they have enough evidence before they file charges. Gabby Petito's death was previously ruled a homicide. Today, we learned that the cause of death was strangulation. This most likely means that murder charges are imminent. The friends spoke with people about their feelings in the wake of the grisly revelation. It makes me sick to my stomach, Alyssa Chen, a friend of Ms. Petito, told the outlet. I wonder what was going through her mind, knowing she was probably about to die. She must have been so scared. Greg Graziosi reports. Copyright provided by the independent Gabby Petito's friends speak out after learning what caused her death. Microsoft and partners may be compensated if you purchase something through recommended links in this article. Send MSN feedback. Please give an overall site rating.